Now, every successful person I've ever interviewed, they all have a definite purpose or a definite thing they're pursuing at that given time. So I guess the best example I would have is if you go to New York City and you're in New York City, if you want to get anywhere, you have to pretty much catch a cab or go on foot. Right. And when you get in front of the hotel and you put your fingers up there and the cab pulls over, if he asks you, where do you want to go? And you have no idea, you say, well, just far. I want to be successful. You're not going to go anywhere.
No.
So it seems like these people all have that definite chief aim. And I know in your career you've had a lot of different definite chief aims. But what definite chief aim did you have when you were washing dishes and you were working in that first entry-level job in St. Louis in that segregated world? What was your definite chief aim then?
I know this is going to sound crazy, but I wanted a job where I had to wear a necktie.
Really?
Yes.
Boom. Yes. Yes. So you wanted to wear a necktie?
I wanted to wear a necktie. Because you didn't have to wear a necktie picking cotton. A necktie symbolized a whole different way of living, a whole different way of earning your livelihood. I mean, people responded to you differently.
Yeah.
I wanted to wear a necktie every day.
That was your goal?
That was my goal.
That's awesome.
But I realized in order to wear the necktie, it had to be attached to something.
Okay.
So I had to get a job. I had to do the types of things that would lead me into that environment where neckties were required.
Okay, I'm gonna play this game again. You had a license to sell the Stairmaster. You were able to sell the Stairmaster at a commission-only basis.
Right.
What was your definite chief aim when you were trying to sell the Stairmaster? What was your goal there?
I wanted to do something that no one else had done, at least in my world, my peers. And I wasn't afraid. And I think my chief aim was to tackle something and to achieve something that was out of my comfort zone.
Okay. So you were like, Bill, backstory, you had a license to, again, sell the Stairmaster on a commission-only basis. And you spent, I think, 3 years before you sold
Somewhere
one?
from 2 to 3 years, yeah.
2 to 3 years marketing and trying to sell the Stairmaster before anybody bought one. And you just wanted to do something different that was beyond your comfort zone.
Right. I mean, because to me, that's like my comfort zone, what I knew to do, looking backwards, it was to pick cotton.
Yeah.
I had to think about that. But to sell Stairmaster and to be successful, I had to learn more things than I ever thought I would or could, and interact with a group of people that in real life I probably not would have been in that club of people.
So today, what is your definite chief aim?
I would say my definite chief aim today would be to...
It seems like mentoring is a huge part of your life now. You speak,
and you're getting close. You're almost taking it out of my thinking here. But what I think it is today is to help other people understand that they don't have to stay in the cotton fields, however those cotton fields may be defined.
So even though you grew up in the cotton fields and you weren't defined by that, you got out of that track.
Right.
And you want to teach people.
I want to teach other people how to do likewise.
Now, the reason why I'm asking you these specific questions is I know there's somebody watching this right now and you think your dream's crazy. Well, he just said his goal was to wear a necktie. I will say my goal at one point, I remember, was I want to hire my dad. I just want to hire my dad. Well, growing up, when your dad loses his job, it's tough watching that happen. And as a kid, I didn't know all the details. I didn't know what happened. I still don't really know. But all I know is that that has to stop. I'm going to hire my dad. And that was like a big thing for me. And whenever I lost motivation, I would just go back to, I'm going to hire my dad. And then about 6 years ago, I hired my dad. And I was like, all right. Well, the problem is once you achieve a goal, you kind of have a little lull because you say, uh-oh, I'm kind of achieved that goal. And if you're not careful, you can kind of coast. Well, today I'm in a situation now where because of some being financially blessed in certain things, that is my goal, is to teach entrepreneurs that they can do it and show them how to do it. And but I think it's interesting that whether it's the necktie or it's hiring your dad or it's a goal to do something that's beyond.
But one of the things that I think is key to this is that both of us, in our own way, we're looking toward the betterment of other people. We're not just thinking we're the only person on the planet.